I do not want to waste any time. You hear other voices, they do not belong to me. We have never tried this before. We are doing a clone summit. We are doing a clone roundtable. I'm calling it Clone Gonquin.
Gonquin.
I have 3 winners of the Smack Off on set with me right now. Let me run them down. A man who usually calls in from John Wayne Airport with a solid buzz. The first man to buzz the studio in a helicopter, the 2016 Smack Off champ, Leff in Laguna.
Yeah.
Next up, quickly, the jungle's resident actor, the greatest Cinderella story in show history, from Golden Ticket winner to Smack Off champ. He brought his headshots, the 2013 Smack Off champ, Mark in Hollywood.
It's cracking.
And the bad boy of the Smack Off, the man in the black hat, the man who entered this year's Smack Off to Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go. The 2010 Smack Off champ, Vic in NoCal.
Hello, clones.
All right, dudes, against my better judgment, let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
There are lots of things that we could talk about, but the 3 of you are Smack Off champs. Let me start with the reigning champ, the Laguna Beach bully, Leff. First, Alvy, can I get a clip of Leff's winning call?
That's right. I'm literally standing right outside the O'Reilly Auto Parts studio door. Let's see who's home. We're walking. Oh, KB. Nice jorts, bro. You cut those yourself? You're looking good. Alvy, don't you put a bounce house in here? That's awesome. What's up, guys? I'm looking right across the glass, and Jim Rome's staring right at me. I'm going in.
Bro, you got to be kidding me. You're in my house and you're rocking a Richie Incognito gamer.
You got it, Jimmy.
Leff, what the hell are you doing in my house?
This call's about
How the hell did you get in here, Leff?
Romy, this call's about to get real good for everyone except Brad and Corona.
Nice.
An epic moment in show history. Dude, I got to know, when did you first get the idea? And without asking a magician to reveal his secrets, exactly how did you pull that off?
I think it goes back to the helicopter from the year before. And actually, that's probably a story for a different day, but Randall sitting right here, front and center. To get the location to put the helicopter, it involved Randall and the window washers at the building, and that's no lie. We'll tell that story another time. But I think the only natural segue from that was to go in studio. We had to bum rush the studio and get in there and rip it on your mic, and that's just something that, even from 3 years ago, I thought that would be the pinnacle of a Smack-Off call.
It was, and it shut down the thing. You won it with that. Mark, 2013, you took the title itself with the following call. Alvin, roll Mark's call.
Well, it turns out that they actually did go out on a date, and lo and behold, Siri's agreed to come by today and answer a few questions. So she's right here, Jim. I'm going to put her up next to the phone, and, okay, Siri, how did your date go with the Mike in Indy?
It was the worst date I have had in my 5 years of existence.
Well, that's a little bit dramatic, a little bit harsh, but okay.
Mark, same question for you. What was the thinking that led up to that call?
It was Mike sounds like a robot. Every single time he calls in. It's just a flat line. It's just and his cadence is just the same thing. It's very predictable. So I was like, kid needs some help. Why don't you just get him a robot? And initially I made like a call earlier that year, and I was like, oh, you should date that chick from Small Wonder. And I was like, oh, well, maybe there's something I can do with that. Maybe I can... I had a crush on that chick when I was young. Maybe I could do something with that. And, Siri was hot. The iPhone was hot back then. So I sort of asked my boy Rich and how to do it, and he showed me. So that was good.
You got to have that moment. You cannot win without a moment like that. Pick 2010, your beatdown of Vinnie Mac was one of the greatest takedowns in show history. Alvin, for those who do not remember, give me a taste of that.
I mean, you might have been King Tomato Can last week, Vinnie Mac, but today you're the weak link in the chain, my man. You're Cliff Livingston, waving a towel around like a dork while Michael and No Tippin do all the work. You're Mark Madsen, dancing around like an imbecile while everybody laughs at you. Cuatro, cuatro, yeah! Clones, my name is Vic. My smack is vicious. Jump out the pool on that.
Jump out the pool on that. At any point in the construction of that call, Vic, did you think, man, maybe I'm going hard, a little bit too hard on poor Vincent Mack?
Not really, Rome. I mean, I'm not particularly proud of beating up on a lightweight, but
yeah, you are.
Sometimes you just got to take the points that are there for the taking. It's It's kind of like when Ty Cobb was beating up on a dude with no arms. Remember, homie?
Hit that hanging curve.
And they're like, "What are you doing,
seats.
Ty? You're beating up on a guy with no arms." He's like, "I don't care if he ain't got
What
no
happened
feet."
to you? What happened to that fire? What happened?
Don't miss that quote. He just said, when somebody called out Ty Cobb for beating up on a dude with no arms, his response was, "I don't care if he got no feet." Classy, Ty. All right, so let me ask you guys something. I'm just going to throw it out there. As you get ready for the smack-off, it's the biggest day. I mean, the biggest day of the year on the program. Who concerns you all the most as a smack-off caller? Go ahead, Leff. Join Leff.
I gotta say, probably Mike and Indy. I know him a little bit off the show, and the dude just never breaks character. Even just regular conversations, it's like everything with him is a take. Everything he talks is just like he's on the show. So you never know where he's coming from, and what he did with Chael, unpredictable. So I go with Mike.
Hey, Vic, who do you think is the most overrated caller in the smack-off?
Overrated. It's kind of tricky. I mean, Brad is a good caller, no doubt, but sometimes he's a little overrated with his material, I think, He'll say material that's not all that great and get, like, mad points for it when the content was not that great, you know what I mean? Like, he could say something like, I don't know, like, "Vic, you suck." "No, really, Vic, you really, really, really suck," and just deliver it in his way.
Well, you don't think that's awesome?
No, and people will be like, "Oh my God, he just crushed you, man." I'm like, "Really? He did?"
I'm gonna punch you in the face, Vic.
All right, now you guys have made some legendarily good calls. Alvin, think about this for a minute. There have also been some legendarily bad calls that have made to the show over the years. Now, Leff, for instance, I know you're a particular fan of Andrew in Madison. Alvin, roll that back.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Hey, Jim. Thanks for the vine. My man Caleb in Green Bay, repping my hometown and quickly rising in the ranks of the Midwest Mafia, took Joe out to the freaking shed yesterday. Everyone loves to be wing it guy once or twice a year in August, but hearing that crap on
Andrew, hold on, man. You're breaking up. I've got a bad connection. Would you mind? Can you start that phone call over again? You were breaking up.
Sure. Hey, Jim. Thanks for the vine. My man Caleb in Green Bay, repping my hometown.
Hey, Leff, how about your boy?
My favorite takes in the show is when you mess with people like that, and I got to throw even my dad under the bus. I got a story like this. There was one, you were doing a similar one like that. It was when Tiger Woods I'm throwing up for hours, and you were taking calls on who is that? Like whose quote is that? And I don't know if you're giving away a prize. My dad's listening. He's texting me. He's like, call Jim. You got to tell him it's Tiger Woods. I saw it over the weekend. I'm like, Dad, you call him and tell him it's Tiger Woods. I'm not telling him.
Throwing up for hours.
All right, now, guys, inside the world of the jungle, you guys are legends. However, does it extend and translate outside of the program? For example, Mark, have you ever had a moment where somebody recognized you away from the show as the Smack-Off champ?
Yeah, I had this ex who didn't like the show. She hated the drops. I tried to let her listen to it, stuck nut, all that good stuff. She hated it, and we decided that to make the relationship work, that I was just not going to talk about it. So when I called in to do the golden ticket, I didn't let her know. She found out. She freaked out. I had to do a lot of apologies, walk it back. And then we went to this party, and all of her friends were like, "Oh, it's Mark in Hollywood. Look at that. Look at that." It was really funny. She hated it. So a year later, we break up. It was a violent breakup. It wasn't my fault. But we break up, and I see her at a bar. It's that awkward, always the awkward. You see the ex.
It's Big Wings?
Yes. And I roll up to her, and I'm like, "Hey, nice to see you." And she, like, darts out. And this dude comes up. He's like, "Yo, Mark in Hollywood, what's up?" I'm like, "Yo." I was like, that was awkward. He's like, "No, I'm dating her right now. And I listen to the Jim Rome show all the time. I love it." I'm like, "Well, she hates the show, right? She's letting you listen to it?" He's like, "Oh, no. I listen to it on the low. I don't tell her." And they're engaged now. So he's cheating on her with the Jim Rome show. And I know he's listening right now. What's happening, partner? What's happening? I know you're listening in the closet. What's happening, partner? How's my girl?
What's happening, partner?
What's happening?
What's happening, partner?
You're listening in the closet with my girl, is what he said. So what's up, dude? You find a new girl?
Yeah, that's it. That's good.
Yeah,
we talk about this off air?
It sounds like it's awesome, Mark.
I got something solid right now.
All right, good. Now, Vic, you won yours back in the day. Now, back in the day when I was on ESPN, we would have the winning call and flash the picture to go along with it. You got TV run after winning the title. What did that do for your status in the real world?
Would you believe me if I told you it helped me, make a little sweet bedroom music?
What?
No, Vic, I would not believe you if you told me. But go ahead and try and sell me on that. How did that win help you make a little quote?
Yeah, there it is.
Music?
There it is.
I don't even remember how it happened. I was at a bar chatting with some girl. Somehow I told her that I had been on Somehow I told her that I had been on ESPN once. She didn't believe me. I pulled up the YouTube clip, which is on YouTube, and there you were with my picture talking about me. And then she believed me, and then I kind of took it from there.
Then the restraining order settled in, and that was that.
Jim is the idol maker.
Did she blast you in the face with mace when you did that? How many times did you throw that card? And how many times did that work for you?
Hey,
once.
Even if you
0.
Even if you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're in the Hall of Fame, right? So,
we know how Vic would have spent the $5,000 then.
That's a 300 batting average, man. That's like Tony Gwynn stuff.
So after you paid her, everything was good.
All right, fellas, wait. Bro, did you pay for it?
That was before the $5,000 prize is in play.
Oh.
Bro, did you pay for it?
That would be 2 for you.
Answer the question. Did you pay for it?
No.
I'll take that as a yes.
Jim, how many times did you score
no
because you knew us?
Never, dude.
Let's not get into that yet.
I never bring you guys up in conversation, ever. All right, so I got a couple of tweets. Here's the reaction. Hitman Canadian tweets, why is @Vic NoCal sounding nervous? Intimidated by the greatness that's Leff in Laguna. Vic, reaction.
Is that your dad?
Do I sound nervous? I don't know, man. I feel good. A little tired, a little low on sleep this morning.
Wow.
But,
why, bro? Don't answer that question. Todrick Nicholas tweets at Jim Rome. What we are witnessing and hearing is absolutely incredible jungle history, never before.
And never again, probably.
Who rode the train down from L.A. to be a part of the show? Guys, on the panel.
I took the train. We had Randall, Nick in Newport, Chad in L.A., Rich and HB. Silk took the train down. It's lit. It was lit, man. Randall was Randall's high energy.
Randall is right in front of us. And
he's periscoping.
What Vic he's peacocking. I think that's the term. He's on one leg, listeners, and he's periscoping. Oh, he switched his leg. It's really scary.
It's ripped.
It's whack.
Those jeans are gonna rip, dude.
I think Randall is a disciple.
Leff, I got a question for you. Leff, you've
there.
got this thing. Like, you could get a starting 5 of clones. If I were to say to you, come up with the best basketball team you could, a starting 5 of jungle clones, Leff, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Who would your starting 5 be?
I think we got to start with the because he likes Star Wars, the Sith man. We'll go Vic and NoCal coming off the bench. At point guard, though, we got to have Alvy. The excessive dribbling is a concern, but we'll just give him a little sippy cup. He'll be good. Mike and Indy at shooting guard. He doesn't, dude. He knocks down threes all day long. You know what I mean? Got Caleb on the wing. He goes hard to the bucket.
Oh, jeez.
And my favorite, starting at power forehead, Mark in Hollywood. And then Randall, he cleans the glass, right? So he's got to be at center. He's good amongst the trees, so we'll put him at center.
Hey, Mark, what'd you do that headshot? Like, your head in real life is much bigger than that headshot that you're showing me. How'd you do that?
Well, it's called Photoshop. And
Denless help you out with that one.
Yeah, Denless. I feel this is like a live Denless shop, this whole situation. I feel like a lot of that's going on in his head. Les, I love you.
Hey, I got to ask you something. For your call, Mark, you got preeminent sports writer Lee Jenkins. I mean, he literally is one of the foremost sports writers in America. What was his reaction when you first asked him to be a part of that, and how'd you talk him into it?
It was like he gave me some conditions. He couldn't talk about certain things. He listened to you, though, since he was a kid. And he was like, I know the glossary and all this, and I used to listen to him because he's from San Diego. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And the more we communicated and we actually did some calls, the more he got into it. And he got really competitive, like hyper competitive about it. And when he's like, why is that guy allowed in the, what's going on here? Well, I mean, and he sounds exactly like me, so that's how he sounded. And he got really upset, and he's like, I didn't even hear what happened. How did he get in that? So, he's all right with it, but he might make his own run, his solo run.
It was a great pull.
Smack off 22. Smack off 22. Smack off 22.
Right.
Smack off 22.
One last thing. Now, Leff is Team Andrew. Vic, your team Anthony and Indy. He called him back in the day with some really uncharismatic smack about NASCAR. Alvin, is there any way to get that call in quickly and join it in progress?
It may not be safe, but as fans, who doesn't enjoy watching Tony Stewart drive around like Cole Trickle in Days of Thunder? Next thing we know, Tony and Rusty are going to be racing in wheelchairs and wrecking rental cars. Just a note for Rusty Wallace. Your name is Rusty, bud. I don't think you have any room telling people to grow up.
Anthony, my man, you're not reading this, right?
I'm not?
Yeah, I didn't think so. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Vic, why is that a call? Of all the bad calls, Vic, I got 30 seconds. Why is that a call that sticks out in your mind?
I didn't want to go with the typical, Bohica Bis ones or whatever, Canadian linebacker. I just love that one as typical call I got wrong with the old buzzer that you don't use anymore.
All right, guys, You did it. Clone Gonquin, give it up for the Clones. Smack off winners. We're coming back. Hour number 2 live from Del Mar next. Welcome back. What's up? We go to hour number 3. We're live at the Del Mar Racetrack. I'm Jim Rome, not in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studio. We're taking this thing outside. We're coming to our third and final hour. Coming up this hour, you know, I got to do it. There was a lot of reaction to the Clone Summit, Clone Gonquin, and by a lot of reaction, I mean a lot of you hated those guys. So what I'm going to do in the next segment is bring them back into a segment of mean tweets. They can read them. They can react to them. Had an amazing day. All the interviews have been great, but I was curious to see the reaction to Clone Summit, the Clone Roundtable, something I've taken to calling Clone Gonquin. And the reaction has been pretty amazing. If you missed it, 3 former Smack-Off winners were on earlier today in segment or in hour number 1. We had Leff, the defending champ. We had Vic in NoCal, a champ. We had Mark in Hollywood, a champ. Here is some of the reaction, and I'm bringing these guys back for yet another segment because they did kill it, and they're going to read their own mean tweets. Because as much as I enjoyed it, a lot of people didn't. Some of the reaction. Davis loved the 4th. That segment was awesome. Wish it could last the entire second hour. It's lit! It's lit! Corey, TWA. The Clones of the Roundtable should be a new segment once a month on the show. That was epic. Y'all enjoy your last 5 minutes. We're never doing it again. Mike D for 3. We totally believe winning a smack-off gets you laid. Signed Spelling Bee champs, fantasy football winners, and chess masters.
Yeah, that's strong.
Tyrant the Hawk. Quote, the Clone Summit was everything I hoped for and better. Loved hearing the backstories. Truly a historic jungle moment. Corey, TWA. The Clones of the Roundtable should be... I already got that one. Yeah. Chris in St. Pete. After seeing the pics of the summit, we thought old Randall was your stalker, but Vic looks like he's trying his best Rome look. And that's the reaction.
Chris, remember when you called, right?
All right, so now we've got the Ask the Clones. This is from Don in St. Louis. The Clone Summit was better than I ever imagined. It was a true Justice League of clones. Leff is Superman, the greatest of them all. Vic is Batman, a mortal man who excels in the boardroom, the bedroom, and the Batcave. And Mark is Wonder Woman because of his love for Big Wang Sports Bar. But all of them could be considered the Green Lantern because nobody knows what they actually do, which leads me to my question. Sorry, Vance, this ATP is more of an ATC. Ask the Clones, what do you guys do for a living? All right, so Leff, besides calling the program and doing what you do for a day job?
You'd think that's all I do. The $5,000 treated me pretty well this year. But small business owner, I'll keep it on the down low. But I was thinking this year I probably need to file for a Jungle LLC. I know that tax bill is coming for the $5,000. So.
All right. So as a small business owner, he doesn't want to let us in. Vic, do you have a job, and what is it?
Well, Romy, as you and a few other people know, I'm not really living in NoCal anymore. But the last couple of years, I've been managing a strip club down in Tijuana. It's called Hong Kong. It's a great place, man. You'd love it.
No way, really?
What's it called?
Hong Kong, man. Look it up.
That's where they found Lamar Odom.
Wow, bros. All right, so Vic is managing a strip club in Tijuana. Mark in Hollywood, dude, I've seen the headshot. Yeah. I know you're trying to act.
Yeah.
Are you successfully acting?
No.
Are you working at Big Wangs?
No.
What do you got?
I am a salesman of women's pleasure products. So,
come on, man.
If anyone needs to speak with me,
they don't.
Shay.
Shay.
You'll let me know.
Y'all, all three of you do exactly what I thought that you did for a living.
Exactly. There's no mystery here.
Fellas, mean tweets. You know how it is. You guys live on Twitter. Some people are very happy to see you, and some are not.
Yeah.
Do you have mean tweets to read?
I'll go first.
Go ahead. Whoever wants to jump in with it, run with it.
This one's from at Chad in L.A. It's still so weird how Leff and Laguna dances with the mop when it's his turn to clean the kitchen.
So dumb.
So I gotta,
Go ahead, Leff.
Stupid.
I gotta say to Chad. Chad's actually here today, but
yeah, he's over there.
Chad, bro, I took that nicely coiffed hair of yours. I mopped the floor with it on July 1st for the Smack Off, bro. So.
All right. Here's mean tweet number one. Vic, I know you've got several to read. Why don't you pick the best one?
Well, let's see. Vic sucks. His analogies are like garbage. Can you revoke Smack Off invites?
That's not a mean tweet. That's true. That's awesome. Vic, go ahead. I know you can handle this.
As a matter of fact...
By the way, no, reset that. Read that one more time.
Vic sucks. His analogies...
Stop there. That's good.
His analogies are like garbage. Can you revoke Smack Off invites?
No, can I? First of all, I'm going to answer that by saying no. He's got a lifetime exemption. He won, so he's always going to be
no
welcome.
Smacky Schmittel.
You're taking the words right out of my mouth, Rome. As a matter of fact, clones, I hate to break it to you, I have a little something called a green jacket.
Oh, God.
Now, if you clones had one iota of the game that I have, maybe you could win a little green jacket of yourselves too. But until then, you clones are stuck with me. So, sorry.
Vic in NoCal. He manages a strip club in Tijuana. Mark in Hollywood.
Yeah, I've got one.
Is there a mean tweet?
Yeah. I don't know if everyone's heard of Caleb in Green Bay. That was a great forum interview with Hootie and the Blowfish in hour one. Next time, ask the bassist why the Dolphins make him cry. Caleb, not only is that passive-aggressively racist, there's a lot I can say about you that Leff hasn't made already apparent. I love you, Caleb. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks, Alvy. Thanks, Joe.
That was a great interview with Hootie and the Blowfish in hour number one. And as Mark points out, that was passively racist. Guys, you'll be very happy to know that Ray is on hold right now. No! Welcome to my world.
No.
All right, we continue.
I can hear him breathing in my headphones.
Ray, you're on the air, and you're on with 3 Smack Off winners. Ray, what the hell's going on, man?
Dude, it is so good to hear that I'm the opium for the clone masses. So I hope you got your pillows out there, guys, because I'm about to put you to sleep.
What?
Romy, I thought I'd handicap the Chevy Stakes for you. I got number 9.
Are you in the bathroom, Ray? Are you in the bathroom right now?
No, I was, but I just ran out. That's what I was doing in there. I'm not telling you. But I got Who's Out on top. Let's make some money here, clowns. I got 10 Accelerate second,
Hey,
and I got Your Horse Romy third.
Welcome to my life.
And
Go ahead, Ray. You're doing awesome.
I wouldn't listen, Romy. I'd be amiss if I didn't give out.
Didn't talk about the Dodgers or horse racing. I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ray.
Burning Sense in the third race.
Wait, Ray, this is...
Y'all get down. He picked a horse in the third race for you. Ray, who do you have in the third?
Burning Sense.
Of course, you Burning Sense.
Ray, this is not your bookie.
Hey, who do you have in the fourth? Slamming Beer?
It sounds like Ray just ran a race of his own. The guy's out of breath.
Who do you have in race 5? I'm Baked.
What kind of horse are you riding?
What kind of what?
Bodie's mule.
No, Ray, you're breaking up. I'm sorry, man. It's a bad connection. All right.
No. You don't like that.
I love the kid, but...
Not a very good call.
I love the kid. You fellas are running out of time. Is this not one of the best days of your entire life?
Can we save Mark's manual buzzer? That was money.
It will be when you take us out to lunch later, Rome.
Yeah, so Vic hit me with that. Hey,
little
Rome.
Morton's.
Hey, Rome, are we going to Morton's or are we going to Rich?
We're going to Pamplemousse.
Bros,
Romy knows that
bros,
phrase.
I am. You're not, or you can.
We haven't asked.
Don't. These guys are acting like I'm Scott Pippen because I won't take them out to lunch. Don't confuse me with a rich guy who doesn't tip. All right,
Jim,
I'm not a rich guy who does tip.
We've made you rich over the years.
We
Come
haven't
on,
asked the
man.
pros for Jim.
Bros, it's bad. Oh, okay, go ahead.
All right. If you had to be in the 2 rungs of Dante's Inferno, hell, you had 2 calls to listen to. You could listen to Forever, you could listen to Toby, or you can listen to Bisp, Carl and Rosemead. You have to answer which one would you listen to for eternity?
All right, Toby or Bisp?
The answer is Connor in Vegas.
Connor in Vegas.
Other than that.
Hey, Vic, man, that call was not that good, dude. I expected more from you.
That wasn't me,
Toby
man. That
or
was
Bisp?
Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Toby or Bisp?
Toby or Bisp?
You're going to let this thing run out until the show ends, aren't you?
Okay, well, listen, as long as, no. Hey, Alvin, as long as the music does not come up, I can answer that question. And believe me, if there's anything I hate, it's that people don't answer questions that I ask. Oh, wait, there's the music. Dude, I'm not answering that question. I hate both those
Jaws
calls.
didn't want any of that?
Bisp. Bisp is an acronym for boner in sweatpants. and then the clones are like, hey, Rome, I got a great horse name for you, Bisp. Yeah, can you imagine me going back to the Kentucky Derby and all these blue bloods going, hey, Rome, that's a pretty good name.
Janet
Bisp.
was just like Bisp.
What does that stand for? Oh, Bisp. Boner in sweatpants. Okay, Rome, how about Toby in Houston? Can you reset that for me? No, I can't. Fellas, the greatest segment of your life just came to an end. You guys did it. In fact, I'm proud of you. Well done. 3 smack-off winners, holding it down with their mean tweets and doing what they do. Guys, great job. Thank you very much. Mark in Hollywood, Vic, and Leff, the defending champs.
Time to die.
And Alvy back home. Little Alvy. All right, we're going to come back. I've got one last fat segment. Flavian Pratt, who is the leading rider here at Del Mar, is going to join me in the next segment. I've got the week that was. I've got some final thoughts. This has been one of my favorite days ever, coming back home to San Diego, and I appreciate all you clones coming out. Time now for a sports update. Here's the very latest. Jay Berman's got it.